Coming up, stage winners Deepika Kumari and Brady Ellison look to add a second victory of the season in Paris. We're in the French capital, Paris, for the third and final stage of the 2021 Hyundai Archery World Cup. The pressure is on. This is the only remaining chance for a host of recurve archers to qualify for September's World Cup final. It's also the last major international before the Tokyo Olympic Games. The first women's recurve semi-final, Mackenzie Brown of the USA was up against Elena Osipova of Russia. The Russian needed gold in Paris to qualify for the World Cup final, and she just managed to edge past her opponent. Mackenzie Brown, having had a 5-1 lead, loses this semi-final in a shoot-off to, well, a dangerous Russian opponent. Elena Osipova in the second women's semi. Ana Vazquez of Mexico was up against India's Deepika Kumari, who was already a stage winner this season. And Kumari only needed 4 sets to book her place in another final. And it's another 9 and a 27 for Deepika Kumari, who gets 1 set point along with Vazquez, but that means she wins the match. And Ana Vazquez's disappointment continued when Mackenzie Brown triumphed in the bronze medal match. There is a lot of room between that arrow and the centre when you look at the quality of these archers. Mackenzie Brown into the 10, comes back twice from behind to take the bronze medal here. What a women's final we had to look forward to, with Russia's Elena Osipova and India's Deepika Kumari battling it out for the recurve crown. It will be Kumari who will get us underway.
Eyes burning into the target. I think she really wants this. 2
high 9s for Elena Osipova. 9 puts this one to bed. And it is a 9 and another long hold. She struggled with those a little bit in the semi-finals, but she will get the 2 set points here. Well, stays high, and this time drifting out a little bit further left into the 8. Not what the doctor ordered. 26 for the Russian. Well, this level and today with these conditions, not quite good enough.
No, she's really got to get herself back into the gold. I thought her first shot from Osipova was just a little bit hesitant. She didn't look free and flowing with it, so she's got to put that set behind her then and get back into the game.
Kumari shot 2 great 10s, and then there was a hint of that long hold again that she suffered from in the semi-finals.
Yeah, when she's on it, she's fantastic, and she's just got to keep up with it, keep that movement of the shot, keep the flow, believe in it, and she can shoot a 10.
Pressure's off as well, because Kumari's already won a stage, so she's going to go to Yankton in the Hyundai Archery World Cup finals. But it's going into the Olympics, she wants to have another win, doesn't she?
Yeah, every single win and confidence boost at this point is well needed.
Osipova, the Russian, trailing here. Will shoot first in the second set. Well, called a 10 in stadium, but I think our scorecard's correct. That looked like a measurable 9 as Osipova gets herself into the 10 ring and in fact into the X ring for the first time in the match. So 28, much better. But even if that first arrow stays a 9, a 10 here will put Kumari 4-0 up. And that is a 10. It's at least a 29, could be marked up to a 30, and it's a 4-0 lead for Deepika Kumari. She looks incredibly strong. The difference there, that last arrow, she kept the flow, she kept the movement, better timing, straight in the middle. I could almost feel it's going to be a 10 when it left the bow, because it was just a regular, normal shot. Came back to the coach really positive. She's just got to stick with those. She knows how to do it. Yeah, you were nodding your head before we saw where that final arrow went. You were convinced that was the shot. Yeah, because she just kept the time and she kept the movement. It just looked good. So if she can just keep those up and stop stopping. Yeah, the hold at full or nearly full draw is what you said was causing the problem in the semi-finals. When it goes right, it's going very right for Deepika Kumari. She's had a very pleasurable time in Paris. Elena Osipova, the world number 17. She's got to have her wits about her. She's certainly capable of fighting back, but it must start right now. That is not what she wanted. It'll dent her confidence, and if Kumari's paying any attention, it will boost hers. 9 is enough. Wasn't far out, was it? All her arrows, I think, are within, a good margin of the 9.7 or inwards. Still more room for opportunity here for Kumari. Yes, all right. Coach not 100% happy with that shot, but a 9 is enough. Could really do with a 10 here. Osipova gets it on the 9-10 line, gets the 10 for a 27, but 28 is gettable for Deepika Kumari. Long hold again. The tension is palpable. Oh, she's put it into the 10. The hold this time worked out for her. It's a 6-0 Paris gold medal win for Deepika Kumari of India. It's her second stage win of the season, having taken gold in Guatemala. She's taken gold here in Paris, beating Elena Osipova 6 set points to 0. And what preparation she has had for the Tokyo Olympic Games.
I feel very good, and first I'm happy because I'm improving and I'm happy with that.
2 stage wins for Deepika Kumari in Guatemala and Paris means she's qualified for the finals in Yankton, along with the winner in Lausanne, Svetlana Gombayeva of Russia. They will be joined by ranking qualifiers Mackenzie Brown of the USA, Russia's Elena Osipova, and 2 Germans, Lisa Unruh and Michelle Kroppen. In the recurve women's team final, India proved too strong for Mexico, and Deepika Kumari, Komalika Bari and Ankita Bakat wasted no time in wrapping up the match. The only Indian female qualified for the Olympic Games needs a 10 to take gold here in Paris. Oh, what a lovely shot there from Deepika Kumari. The Indians have done this in 3 sets. A David versus Goliath contest was set up in the men's team final as surprise package Belgium took on Germany. But in the end, the favourites triumphed. So they're calling it a 10 for the win. But actually a 9 might be enough. Well, Florian Root doesn't waste any time popping that one into the 10. India's Deepika Kumari had the chance to collect yet another gold medal in the mixed team final alongside her husband, Atanu Das, and they proved too strong for their Dutch opponents. It's a 38 which matches the Netherlands. Having won gold with the women's team, she's now won the mixed team gold with Atanu Das. A brilliant performance from her and Team India. Still to come, can the world #1 continue his winning run? 3 challengers look to unseat Brady Ellison. As well as hosting the last stage of this year's Hyundai Archery World Cup, Charletti Stadium also hosted the final qualifier for the upcoming Olympic Games. Recurve archers from 70 countries arrived early in the French capital to battle it out for the precious few remaining tickets to Tokyo.
It's time. We've waited for this longer than any of us expected. The train to Tokyo is leaving the station. This is the last chance to book a ticket. Glory. Or despair. Success. Or failure. Olympics or nothing. The final qualification tournament for Tokyo 2020.
Emotions ran high and the pressure was palpable. Just 3 men's teams from 36 and 3 women's teams from 28 would succeed at this event. The Mexican women were a big story. Top qualifiers, they suffered a big scare in the quarterfinals. 7 to draw level with Mexico in this set. Anything more and they'll be 4-0 up. It's into the 8. It was just about what they needed. A 53 plays 52. Well, finishing with a 10, but the set points have gone to Mexico after our 4 regulation sets. It's 4 points. So a 7 from Ana Vasquez, the 20-year-old, will put Mexico through to the semi-finals. It's 3 10s, 2 X's, and Mexico are through to the semi-finals. What a comeback from them. The battle back and resilience on display only makes them a more likely contender at the Games in 1 month's time. And Mexico are going to Tokyo 2020.
Se siente demasiado bien, son mis primeros olímpicos y de verdad no puedo expresarlo cómo me siento en este momento con palabras.
Se sintió muy bien, o sea, y más cuando sientes el apoyo de tus compañeras, de que pues están ahí siempre en todos los tiros, buenos, malos. Y sí, o sea, siento que cuando estamos juntas se multiplica el sentimiento.
We also saw Italy and the USA pick up the other women's team quotas in Paris. The States managed to upgrade 2 quota places to a full 6, both squads displaying more poise, precision, and near perfection in the finals arena than perhaps anybody expected. What a finish from the USA! And yes, Jack, was the yell from Brady Ellison.
Yeah, I mean, obviously very excited. You know, working with this team and getting back into the groove of shooting the team round. We've been working really well together, training really hard, getting some really good results. Looking at Tokyo and excited to be going there to give it our best.
And while Indonesia was calm as it secured a last-second team invite for the 2nd Olympics in a row, Pierre Plion's roars matched that of the home French crowd. Allez, les Bleus! Jean-Charles Valadon gets the score he needs for the French team to make it through the highest pressure match in world archery. Individual qualifiers followed, and when everything was said and done in Paris, all 120 quota places for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games had been won. And it's 6-2 again. This time, Poland have got their quota spot. Put this to bed. A 9 is what she needs. She gets a 10 for a 28, and a quota place for Romania comes with that 6-2 win. The train to Tokyo has officially left the station. In the opening men's recurve semi-final at the last stage of the 2021 Hyundai Archery World Cup in Paris, world number 1 Brady Ellison was up against Italian Federico Mussolesi. The American wasted little time in progressing to another final, albeit after a measure before. Well, a fist bump from Ellison, confirming that his 8 was marked up to a 9. The second men's semi saw Patrick Houston of Great Britain taking on the USA's Jack Williams. The American proved too strong. Jack Williams just needs an 8 to win here and go through to the final against Ellison. And an 8 is what he gets. The bronze medal match between Federico Mussolesi and Patrick Houston ended with the Italian claiming the final place on the podium. A 9 to take the bronze for Mussolesi. And he's put it into the 10, finishing with a 30. That meant the men's recurve gold medal match was an all-American affair between 5-time Hyundai Archery World Cup champion Brady Ellison and 21-year-old Jack Williams. Ellison, though, will shoot first. Not just Dees, that's an X as well.
Really long hold, but good execution with it. Just moved his sight over.
Well, sight moving worked for Jack Williams. A 10 here, and just like that, Ellison will be 2 set points up. Ooh, it's a 9. A 29 is gettable here for Jack Williams for a share of the points. And pushes it out to the right. Those arrows progressively moving from left to right. He leads 2-0. Jack Williams begins the fight back here in set number 2. And it's an X for Jack Williams. Two in a row. Back in the 10 for Ellison. Right. 3 X's here, and Jack Williams is right back in this. Well, it's pretty close. I think it is a 10. Not quite in the centre, but a 30 for Jack Williams is now an unreachable target for Ellison, with a 9 with his first arrow and a 9 with his last arrow as well. I think he probably just put that into the target to get that set out of the way. 2 set points apiece. Nikki, we've talked about momentum. We're going to talk about momentum again. 2 X's and a 10 for Jack Williams. Well, he's going to win this now.
If it was only easy as that, huh? I mean, what an end, you know, really close to the middle, nearly all X's I think they were. And interesting, there's no coach behind either of these athletes. Head coach basically has left them to it to fight it out between them. So I think it's a bit of a tough one when you stood there for a couple of minutes on your own, waiting for your arrows to come back and no one ready to talk to. So you've got to know what you're going to do with that time.
Yeah, quite right that the coach decides not to get involved, leaving the archers to it. It's time to think about, you know, the flight home. They've been here for 15 days in a big bubble, an archery bubble. Probably sick of the sight of the hotel, the transport, and this venue. Only a few more arrows to shoot, though, and a gold medal, of course, to win. All square here in the All-American Recurve men's final in Paris. Ellison pegged back by Jack Williams. Back in the X for Brady Ellison. Just on the 10 line for Jack Williams. And 3 10s for Brady Ellison, and he takes the lead back because the maximum Jack Williams can get is a 29. Ends up being a 28 for him. Jack Williams pegged Brady Ellison back in the second set. He started that third set, that second set I should say, with an X. This time it's a 9. So he sees himself 4-2 down. Ellison can do this in this set if he takes both of the points. Slightly longer hold, and it's still out on the left and into the 9. On the X line here. So, mini advantage as the wind just picks up, blowing from right to left. Drop that into the 9 as well, and a 27. A 9. Oh, and there's some nerves there from Ellison. Little shaky on the last one, but a 10 for the win, and a second stage win for Brady Ellison of the United States of America. He let Jack Williams back in. I mean, with a 28 in the second set, Williams shooting a perfect 30. But that was it. From then on, only dropped a single point, and Brady Ellison wins the Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 3 here in Paris.
Yeah, this one feels really good. You know, I felt like I was I was fortunate to make this Final Four. I know we had talked about that early in the week, and I've really taken every arrow since then in practice, and you know, got some things lined out and felt like I shot pretty good today.
Two-stage wins for Brady Ellison in Lausanne and Paris means he qualifies for the finals in Yankton, along with the winner in Guatemala, India's Atadu Das. They will be joined by ranking qualifiers Nicolas de Moore of the US Virgin Islands, Italian Mauro Nespoli, Jürgen Sanchez from Spain, and Germany's Max Weckmuller. After an incredible week of archery in Paris, we've seen Brady Ellison secure top spot on the podium with his second stage win of the year. And India's Deepika Kumari delivered a remarkable individual performance to collect 3 gold medals. Join us next time when we're in Yankton, USA for the season finale, the 2021 Hyundai Archery World Cup Final.